Ha 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 ha. They laughed at me with joy. While I felt so scared and shy, I ran home and skipped all my classes. It was afternoon and my mom came rushing in, screaming at me, asking me questions. Why did you skip all your classes? I knew I was in trouble, so I ran to my room to get away from all this nonsense. It was the next morning and I asked myself, should I go to the world or should I stay in my room? I decided to stay in my room. While I was in my room, my mom came in and asked me, why did you act like that yesterday? I didn't want to tell her the truth, so I lied to her, but it just made me feel even worse. So I tried to tell her the truth, but I couldn't. It was night and my mom wanted to go night shopping, so we got dressed and went. While we were shopping, a group of girls passed by and started staring at me like I wasn't even from this planet. I started getting scared that I had to ask my mom, Mom, do I look ugly? She replied, I don't know, do you? Then that's the time I started having second thoughts. Maybe it isn't because of my looks. So I asked my mom if we could go to the salon. While we were at the salon, my mom wanted to get her hair dyed, so we waited. While waiting, I started looking at the different makeup products and tried to see what could I put on to change how I look. While I was doing that, another group of girls walked by, but this time they were my class girls. So I tried to hide myself behind the shelf, but then they came in. So I put a wig on to disguise myself. But then suddenly, one of my class girls pointed me out and started laughing at me and making fun of me. I felt so sad. Then the so-called leader stepped out and started pointing at me, making fun of me, and making fun of my name. I felt so scared, I started crying right at the spot. Then, out of nowhere, my small brother stepped in and started defending me and finally chased away the bullies. So I thanked my small brother. Once my mom was done dyeing her hair, we went, bought frozen food, went home and microwaved it and ate it. It was the next day and I got a message on my phone. I finally saw what it was. It was a video of my small brother protecting me and defending me from my bullies. I felt shy and happy at the same time, so I went down to thank him. It was Monday and I decided not to go to school, so I stayed in my room. While I was in my room, my mom came in and told me, the school bus left, and why did you stay home and not go to school? I didn't want to answer her, so I asked another question. Mom, do I look ugly? She replied, I don't know, do you? I started thinking, maybe it is because of my looks. But I knew I could still go to school the next following days. So it was the next day I got dressed and went. And the same thing happened all over and over again. They bullied me, they made fun of me, they teased me, but I knew I could still go to school. It was finally Friday and I just gave up and went home. When I went home, I asked my mom once again, Mom, do I look ugly? She replied, I think it's finally time I told you. I was once small and I once asked the same question to my dad, but my dad always replied with a different answer. He would always say, looks don't matter. It only matters about your personality, your characteristics, and your attitude. I never understood what he meant until my dad explained it to me. And I finally understand, and I was happy that it wasn't about my looks. I thank my mom for what she told me, and she thanked me too. The moral of my story is that sometimes looks don't matter. Don't listen to what your friends say or how they think of how you look. It only matters about your characteristics, your personality, and your attitude. Thank you.